Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Rebecca with another fragrance review. Today I got one that I just got in the mail today. I really wasn't able to give it too much of a huge test, but I'm moving soon, so this week actually I'm moving out, so I wanted to kind of do one quick one real quick. I bought this one from Man Loves Fragrance. Sebastian actually put this one in his, I think it was his top 10 video that he did for like cheap but good scents. I think I saw it like maybe a couple weeks ago, and I went ahead and picked this one out of his list of 10 that I thought maybe might be the best. Some of them I've tried before, and this one actually kind of took me by surprise, and he was kind of giving it some high marks on his list. So, it kind of intrigued me a little bit, and I went and checked that out on eBay. It was super cheap, super inexpensive. So I went and just picked up a bottle blindly. It was only like 15 bucks. So I figured, hey, 15 bucks, no big deal. I'll pick it up and I'll check it out. I really trust Sebastian's opinion. So I thought, I'd give it a shot. I haven't bought anything like cheap but good in a while. So I wanted to check it out and see what the fuss was about. The fragrance that I picked up was this fragrance I never heard of before, never heard of the house or anything. It's called Molinard Homme 2. Don't know what Molinard 1 smells like, but this apparently is the second of the series. So let's see, here's what it came in today, kind of like a little egg crate looking thing for the bottle. I got a sample, and so here's the bottle. It's just kind of white. And it's a tester, so on the back it tells you, it's in French, tells you the top, mid, and base. It says Molinard Homme for men, Paris, and Eau de Toilette. There's a 4 ounce bottle here, which doesn't look like it, but it actually, I guess, yeah, it's kind of a big bottle, I guess. No cap, just came with this kind of little egg crate thing here. It says demonstration on the back here, kind of a cool looking bottle, I guess. I mean, I've never seen one like that before. The sprayer works really, really well. Kind of has like this weird kind of curve thing here. Kind of looks like an Asian, top of a Asian like building or something. Anyway, so but not a bad presentation. I mean, it looks like a glass kind of what is the word I'm looking for? Like a vase, that type of ceramic type of bottle here with white paint. So anyway, apparently Molinard Homme 2 was released in 1996. Don't know the nose behind this one. I looked up a little bit of info on the house. Molinard, they started doing fragrances in 1849. Their most latest one came out in 2013. They have 58 frags out, from what I read on Fragrantica. So 58 frags is, from what I know of, is what they have. So, and I didn't get a chance to really look at the first one. I haven't never smelled it before, so maybe this is a summer version of the original. Let's see here. This is considered an Oriental Fougere. Now, this wasn't listed as that on Fragrantica, but this reminded me a little bit of another fragrance, which I'm going to get to that in a little bit. This is what I looked up that fragrance, and I was like, okay, it smells enough of like that other fragrance I'm going to tell you about in a minute, to me just to kind of consider it an Oriental Fougere. So at the top we have Artemisia, don't know if I said that right, Artemisia, juniper berries, bay leaf, Sicilian mandarin. The mid we have orange, Virginia cedar, coriander, and lavender. In the base we have honey, Singapore patchouli, bourbon vanilla, and vetiver. Those notes all sound really, really good. And I was actually, the base is what really got my attention when I read the notes before I got it, which was the honey, the patchouli, and the bourbon vanilla, which bourbon vanilla sounds really good just by hearing that. And vetiver, I've had quite a few vetiver fragrances, so I knew it was going to kind of give it an earthy feel. Okay, so let's go ahead and spray some on my arm. Like I said, good sprayer. It's a 4 ounce bottle. It sprays a lot. And off the top, what I get is this is exactly what I think it smells like. Now, I could be completely wrong. Now, don't let the opening discourage you, because it only lasts for a couple minutes. But it starts off. It smells like vitamin C pills. Like when you get vitamin C in in the brown bottle, that you get, just vitamin C pills, and they're kind of old. When you open it up and you smell inside the bottle, you can smell the citrus in there from the pills, but you also get that chalkiness from it being in a pill form. And if maybe they're kind of older, they kind of had that medicinal kind of chalky, medicine-y kind of scent to it. That's kind of what I get. Now, I think it's the only reason why I think it smells like that is I think that because the notes are just kind of compressed, and they're going to start to pop here in a minute. So this is kind of like a concentrated version of what's to come. So don't let that discourage you, because it's actually a pretty good fragrance. So like I said, yeah, it comes off like vitamin C pills from the opening, kind of chalky, a little bit dry. But after about 15 minutes, you start to get the white florals. Now, there's no white florals in this, from what I read, but it really starts to kind of come off like orange blossom a little bit, even though there's none in there. And this fragrance has been compared to a little bit was Fleur de Mal by Jean-Paul Gaultier, which was supposed to be like a white blossom neroli type of scent that he released, which was a flanker of Le Mal. And I actually smelled that one maybe about 2 months ago. I found a bottle of it at Marshall's for super cheap, so I picked it up, and I actually really, really liked it. But man, it was just so it was so strong and concentrated, and I really liked that neroli orange blossom scent. But it was like borderline feminine with that one, with the Fleur de Mal by Jean-Paul Gaultier. That was borderline feminine. And it's funny because I smelled a perfume once. I can't remember which one it was, but it smelled almost exactly like that. Now, Fleur de Mal smelled more manly. It smelled manlier, so that's why I liked it. But man, it was just still teetering too much to the feminine side, so I had to take it back and swap it out for something else. But this one actually smells like what I wished that Fleur de Mal smelled like. Even though there's no neroli or orange blossom in this, from what I read in the notes, there is orange, and there is let's see here, some patchouli and some Sicilian mandarin. So it's getting that, and there's some bay leaf. Again, I don't know the notes that well, but just kind of just general reasoning lets me think that that scent was kind of being portrayed by some of the other ingredients in this one. It's kind of giving it that Fleur de Mal flavor, kind of. So I'm getting now like florals. So I'm getting florals, and I'm getting florals with citrus, and it smells pretty good. It smells actually really good, and that's pretty much what I'm getting from this. And after a minute, 20 minutes or so, that vanilla starts coming out even more. So it starts getting like really soft, and so you're getting like a combination of like honey, vanilla, and florals, and it starts turning into a really good fragrance. And I put some earlier on this one, so this has dried down quite a bit on my left arm here, but so far, I was pleasantly surprised from the price point, and what it reminded me of, the Fleur de Mal, but just a toned down version of it, like I don't want to say watered down version, but just a toned down version of Fleur de Mal. If it was maybe cut with more alcohol, and probably has not as much staying power as Fleur de Mal, but it's definitely not as cloying. Fleur de Mal is like one spray and that'll last you all day. But this one, you can actually probably put a few sprays on and enjoy it a little bit longer, which is good, And so far, I put on 3 sprays earlier, and it's a big spray, so 3 of them, and then I was catching good wafts off my chest for 2 or 3 hours. It was, and it was nice, probably like 70 degrees outside today, so that was perfect weather for it. It just kind of put me in a really good mood. I was doing laundry out in my laundromat, and I was standing by the pool and kind of had my arms up on the gate, and a nice breeze was blowing, and I was getting wafts of the cologne while I was just kind of sitting there, and the cool air was kind of hitting my face, and it just kind of put me in a really good mood. So that was another reason why I like this cologne, the Molinard. Another comparison that this fragrance has, which some of you guys, it might not it might sway you from buying this one, but I hope that you don't, or hope that it doesn't sway you away from buying this one. But it reminds me of a little bit of Joop Homme, or Joop Homme. It has that dryer sheet effect that Joop has. Now, it smells like it enough for me to acknowledge it, but it doesn't smell enough like it for me to go, all right, guys, hit the brakes, don't buy this stuff, because if you don't like Joop or Joop, you're not going to like this stuff. I think this stuff has so much, it has more of a life to it, because Joop is a very linear scent, and this one starts off like Fleur de Mal and sort of ends with that Joop dryer sheet feeling. The same dryer sheet that I get from whatchamacallit, I'm going to put it, if I can't think of it here in the next like 10 seconds, I'm going to put it here on the screen. But it was the Creed scent, and it was the scent by Mont Blanc, Individual. That was the one that everyone compared to Creed's, the one in the red bottle. I'll put it here on the screen here. But anyway, I always forget, for some reason I can never remember those names. But anyway, so Mont Blanc Individual reminded me a lot of Joop as well, because it had that dryer sheet effect. And this one kind of has the same thing. And I loved Individual. I really loved Individual because it had the dark chocolate in it. But this one is it's got the florals, and the florals stand out the most, really. It's like sweet florals with like citrus in the background. And then you get like that dryer sheet effect too. So you're getting 3 scents in one here with this one. You're getting the little bit of the Joop, which some can easily say it's Individual, or the Creed one in the red bottle. Again, still I can't remember it for whatever reason. Didn't write it down. Anyway, so you get this is like, these are really good stages here. Because the Individual and the Joop and the Fleur de Mal, they're all three great fragrances they're all great by themselves. All three of them are great fragrances by themselves. And here you're starting to get, you're starting to get them, in one fragrance at different times, different stages, which I think is a good sign of a good fragrance, decent fragrance anyway. This stuff isn't like the best. It's not the best out there. But if you do like those other fragrances, this one's only like a fraction of the price. And I mean, it's totally a blind buy for me. This stuff, totally blind buy. Bought this one, but it's going to stay in my collection because it's really unique. Unique in the sense that it just smells like 3 really good fragrances, all at once. Or not all at once, but in one bottle. It's got a little bit of the Le Mal too. So maybe even 3 or 4 fragrances, because yes, it smells like Fleur de Mal, but you do pick up some of that Le Mal DNA in there too, which I don't know what that would come from, but it's in there, and so you can get like little wafts of Le Mal, and then the white florals come in, and there's no neroli, but maybe it's the Sicilian mandarin or the orange will come in. There's a little bit of basil, or bay leaf, so you're kind of getting that leafy type of orange smell and some flowers here and there. It's just a pretty good fragrance, for it being $15. I got this from eBay, a tester, $15 shipped. So if you're into the fragrances that or to those fragrances that I compared it to, $15, man, it might be worth it just to pick up a bottle and check it out. I think this thing would be really good in any season. I mean, it's heavy enough for wintertime. If you want to put on a couple of extra sprays in the winter, it'll cut through the air. But man, I can see you wearing this in spring, maybe even summer. Like summertime, just don't go easy on the trigger. It's pretty strong if you go heavy with it. But if you just take it easy on the trigger, I think you'll be fine, and it should last you a while. Man, I got at least 6 hours earlier. I was just wore it casually. I did reapply later on so I could smell it again, so I could smell that opening again and kind of kind of get that feeling again of the opening, so I can remember what I was thinking the first time. This afternoon before I know I want to make this video today. I didn't give it too much. I didn't give this one too much justice because I didn't give it a full wearing and compliment factor and all that stuff. But I really just wanted to. So this is pretty much kind of like a first impressions minus me literally opening it right now and spraying it. I got it about 5 hours ago in the mail, which I completely forgot that I ordered it. So I'm glad that I checked my mail because it was kind of a surprise because I thought I was done getting my swap stuff in. I thought I was done ordering all my stuff. And then I checked my mail and there's a box in there, so that was pretty cool. But, yeah, so my ratings for this one, they're not going to be, I can't give you a compliment rating. I would assume I would get some, but I guess I can maybe add an update here later on whenever I wear this out and I can let you guys know. But my versatility, I'm going to say it's any season. It is a little heavy, so go easy on the trigger, maybe in like a really hot summer. But I can see this definitely like on a fall day. Be perfect on like a spring day when it's still a little cool, almost getting warm. Because this stuff would definitely keep wafting off you with a little bit of warmth added to the climate there, wherever you're wearing it. Longevity, I give it a 7 out of 10. Easily 6 to 8 hours with this stuff. If you apply it right, if you wear it in the right weather, you could probably get even longer than that. The sillage, I was getting wafts, like I told you, like 3 hours later. I could just, it was nice. The nice cool air was hitting me, and it was going up my nose. And that's always a good sign with fragrances. Whenever I'll smell it on my arm, and it stays like inside my nose for like an hour. Nah, maybe not an hour, like 30 minutes. I'll smell it, and then I'll kind of walk and start doing my own thing. And then like I'll just, without even having to sniff my arm, like a wind will blow and I'll breathe in. I can still smell it like locked in my nose. The first time I ever noticed that was with L'Eau d'Essai by Issa Miyake. I mean, I smelled that one in high school, and I remember I just smelled the cap, and the L'Eau d'Essai stayed in my nose like for all night long. So that's how I knew that one was really strong. This one isn't quite that strong or that good when it comes to that little smell factor, but it's not bad. It's a good little sign that it's pretty decent quality. So for the price, man, I'm gonna say this is a definite try. I mean, $15. I mean, $15, you can find that in your couch cushions. You know what I'm saying? Compare to the stuff, some of the stuff that some of you guys are buying online. Like this is $15 before I even started doing reviews, even buying designer fragrances. I was buying like cheap designer imposters. And $15 was expensive to me. Like, man, $15. But now I'm buying stuff like, $120, $150 because I'm starting to understand the quality behind the juice now. I started my fragrance journey has taken me there, so I'm starting to understand like how important it is to get your nose on the really quality stuff. So this is quality juice here, and it's only $15 for a 4 ounce. So I'll leave a link on eBay. I mean, again, like I can't tell you if this is a panty dropper or not. I can't tell you if this is whatever, lady killer, compliment getter, but you know what, it made me feel good, and I was wearing it today, and it really did just give me like a nice summer feel, nice spring feel, be nice in the coolish warm weather, and like, if you like Fleur de Mal, a light version of Fleur de Mal, and Le Mal as well, and Yop, or Mont Blanc Individuel, I mean, it has that dryer sheet effect too, like I was saying. And that dryer sheet effect, man, it smells so good when it's like, when you kind of catch that part of it and not so much the florals. You'll catch little whiffs of everything kind of separately. But yeah, I mean, so Sebastian, thanks again if you're watching this for suggesting this one. Man, this was a really good find. Again, I mean, I can't recommend this for everyone, but please, I think it's worth a blind buy. It's only $15, and if not, give it to a friend for a gift for a birthday or something. $15, I think it's worth it. It's just a tester, so you could always give it to a friend for a gift or something like that. Put it in a little bag. So anyway, thanks again for watching my videos and for commenting and for subscribing. Rate, comment, subscribe, and put that in here at the top here. And let me know what you think about this one. Let me know if you smell this one yet. This is definitely a cheapie but a goodie. Good but cheap fragrances. I'll probably put that in the header or in the title. And yeah, so thanks again. Like I was saying, I don't know when my next video is. Maybe I can get one more off before I move out on Friday. But I'm gonna have to get like, I mean, this couch here this couch is going tomorrow. Sell it to a friend of mine, and I threw away a bunch of other stuff, and now I just got a few things left to take down. I took all the posters off the walls, and got a few things left to get rid of. But you know, I hate moving, but you know, you got to do it. So anyway, so that was Molinard Homme 2, and yeah, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your scent of the day was, and until the next video, take care of yourselves, guys. Thanks.